Hello everyone, it's Josh, aka Spyglass. This is number 2 of Theory Query. This time we're going to be looking at my song Creature, which leads off my album Apiary. As always, I'll have it linked below. Quick background for this song. This song is another and a handful inspired by Bernard Herrmann, in particular the Psycho score. This song isn't only strings, but it's almost only strings. I have a tiny bit of piano at the end and some like pads and stuff just to kind of use as transitions. So let's just hop into what I'm doing here. So it starts with an intro, but then when we get to this section, you can see I just programmed another ostinato. So I'll solo this out, and what I'm doing is, you see I'm hitting E the whole way through, and I keep alternating up here between B and C, and then I'm alternating this middle note. I'm going between a G and a G sharp. So on the ones is when I alternate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this one, it's an E minor, E, G, and B. And on the second one, it's E, G sharp, C, E augmented. So I'm basically just pumping 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but alternating between the G minor and the G augmented. And with these violins, this is how it sounds. I really like the transition from the minor to the augmented, minor being the sad of the two in major minor, and then jumping to the augmented where it has the tension. I think it's a cool combination there. After a few measures of that, I'll have the spiccato cello come in just to accent it. So you see I'm basically have half as many notes. So it's just the 1 and the 3. Just beefing up that sound a little bit. So those together real quick. I then added a little bit of bass here. So again, just another repeating pattern. I kind of do like a 1, 2, 3, 4, except on this 4, I'm hitting 2 notes. I've got the E and the B there. So going from the C to the EB, that in and of itself kind of creates tension. So it's a real menacing sound. And you can see I just repeat that. So those together. Beautiful. And then I also just kind of improvised, if I can hit that, a little bit of violin here. So you'll notice I'm hitting a B and a C. So I'm playing all the notes of the E minor and an E augmented. I think I was technically calling this an E minor scale. But yeah, I was just using these notes. You can see I've got the G there and a G sharp. So you have this half step dissonance, which is another thing that I liked, going from the E minor to the E augmented. You go from that G to the G sharp, another one from the B to the C. So it's just, there's a lot of tension coming out of that. And so when I was improvising this line, I definitely wanted to keep the B and the C going in there. So real quickly, all those together. sinister, pretty fun. And again, that's just all strings that's playing right there. So I have a little bit of a transition with a felt piano and some pads. And then I come back in with the same stuff, another improvised line, so it's different on these solo violin. But then I also do this spiccato violin section, or sorry, viola section. So I just do, again, another 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So I've got E, G sharp, and C. So you've got your augmented, and then back down to the G sharp. And then I go up an octave with it. And I basically just repeat that. So then all together, just real quick. So that's that. Yeah, that was just me thinking, what would Bernard Herrmann do? The last thing I'll show you that I think is really cool is I translate this to a piano outro. So I'll play it real fast. So I basically did 2 octaves of the E augmented, but I added the G of the E minor. E, G, G sharp, C instead of the B. I left that out. So E augmented plus the minor third. I basically arpeggiated down and then I rolled it back up really fast. And I actually call that my Tom and Jerry section, because when I hear this, it makes me picture like Tom trying to creep up on a sleeping Jerry, and he steps on a creaky floorboard, and all of a sudden one eye opens and a light bulb flashes above Jerry's head, and he's like, what was that? So you hear like a creak. But yeah, that's all that tension, the half-step dissonance between 2 octaves of that, plus just 2 octaves of the augmented chord. So again, just all of that. So translating the same chord structures from before, kind of got like a motif going there into the piano. And that's it. It's a real simple song. I had a little bit of an intro that was just some like string longs, nothing fancy. But yeah, this whole section here, this real short section, it's linked below. Go ahead and check it out. Think that'll wrap this video up. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff. And I'll see you on the next one.